Hey everyone, welcome to the Goofy Guy podcast.
Hello.
Hey, this is Disney news for October 10th, 2021. And I believe this is episode 136. I could be wrong about that. I don't always check my episode numbers, but I think this is
one of
episode
those.
136. It's 135, 136, somewhere in that
something.
range. Yeah, 130 something. And I am Jim Spangler, the Goofy Guy, your host, and that lovely lady that you see next to me or that you hear talking is Miss Mandy Corral.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well, just living the dream as always.
Living the dream. Yeah. I'm so glad to see you. So we have been gone for 2 weeks.
Yes.
And that is because my life has been turned upside down. Literally. So not only did we get a new puppy, I started rehearsals for a show and all this other stuff, and it's just turned me upside down. But we're back. Back and stronger than ever, I guess.
Of course.
I'm living the dream too, let me tell you. We'll just leave it at that. We just had a long conversation about my dream.
It's being lived, everyone.
It is being lived. You know what? I wake up every morning. Whenever anybody asks me how I'm doing in the morning, I'm like, you know what? I woke up.
That's it.
I'm still
that's
here.
really
I'm still breathing. It's all good.
I'm doing the thing.
That's right. It's all good.
One foot in front of the other.
That's
honestly.
exactly right. Yeah, it's the truth. It is the honest to goodness truth. I totally agree with that. So, oh my God, Mandy, there is so much that we could talk about in Disney news because we've been gone for 2 weeks.
We could talk. This could be a 2.5 hour podcast.
This could easily be 2.5 hour podcast, but we're going to narrow it down to some major topics. There's just been too much going on for me to even catch everybody up. If you want to catch up, I say just go scroll through the wdwnt.com website or allears.net website, and you can get all caught up on all the little details. I did read, and I'm going to mention this because it made me laugh out loud. So, Disney is big into spirit jerseys. They're all about the spirit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I bought several of them on my trip.
Yes. Yeah. They're all about the spirit jersey. And that's fine. I'm not into spirit jerseys, but because I don't want all that across my back, I would think it would be uncomfortable.
Sure.
But they now have a Disney popcorn spirit jersey that smells like popcorn.
Wait, what? Wait.
I knew that would get that reaction because that was my reaction too. I was like, what?
Wait.
What are you talking about? Can you imagine putting on a shirt and walking around smelling like popcorn?
No.
I'm sure
I
it's not
cannot
like,
imagine
I'm sure no, I don't want to imagine it.
No.
The only time I want to smell popcorn is if I've got it in the microwave or I'm at a movie theater.
Or I'm walking down Main Street.
Walking down Main Street. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. That's the only time I want to smell popcorn. I don't want it on my shirt.
That is so, well, I mean, that it's because there are people that are just so like nostalgic for that smell that they're just like, I want to carry it with me all the time.
Oh,
and
you hear it all the time, right?
Yeah.
Walk into Main Street. What's the smell of the popcorn? I'm like, I get that.
Yes.
I get that. I totally get it.
You know what? My mom would want that. My mom is that person. She's obsessed with the smell of the Main Street popcorn like that. Like that is her thing. And I bet, I don't know that she'd want to walk around smelling like popcorn, but like if there was someone that's like, that's my favorite scent, it would be my mom for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I totally get that. I'm not saying that people don't want it. I'm saying I think it's ridiculous. For me, I would never purchase it ever. And I'm sure it is not a smell that like if we were sitting across from each other that you could smell.
You'd have to like scratch and sniff.
Yeah, or
like, you want to smell the popcorn on my back?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Scratch my back, you can smell the popcorn.
Yeah, but talking about popcorn, on the 50th anniversary on October 1st, that the line for the popcorn bucket was was 500 minutes long.
Insanity. For the popcorn buckets. I'm sorry, but as much as I like identify with the like collectors, like the need to like, like I get that. And I understand it's the 50th anniversary and this is like, right. Like I totally get it. But a popcorn bucket?
I know. 500 minutes. Who's going to stand in line for 500 minutes for a popcorn bucket?
Apparently a lot of people, because it was
Apparently
a 500-minute long line.
That's exactly right. I was shocked. I was shocked when I read that.
Well, and then seeing the pictures of the people with all the colors, they like collected all the different colors, like that. How many lines did you stand in? Like,
well, and here's the thing for the popcorn buckets. Now I understand like the character popcorn buckets and the because I have an Oogie popcorn bucket, and you eat popcorn out of his butt. I love it.
Cute. See, that's fine. And I'm sure you just walked up and was like, oh, I would like that.
That is the cutest
specific popcorn bucket.
Exactly. Like, I know there are people that collect all of those kinds of things. And okay, if that's what you want to collect, then more power to you. I am not going to badmouth you at all, but there is a limit. I won't wait for an attraction for 500 minutes.
500 minutes? That's like most of your day.
That's your whole day.
That's literally your day.
Yeah. Yeah, that's your day.
What'd you do on the Disney World 50th anniversary? I waited for a popcorn bucket.
I got a popcorn bucket. I got a popcorn bucket. Oh my God, Mandy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I know. I don't understand it. Yeah. So we're going to talk about the 50th anniversary here in just a minute because there are other things I want to talk about with that. But happy birthday, Disney. So glad that you've been around for 50 years. You've been around almost as long as I have. And that makes me very happy. So anyway, let's move on and let's talk about some of these interesting things that we need to talk about. So, and remember, these are big topics, everybody. So we're not talking about the weekly news that like the little tiny things that happened this week because we have about 3 weeks to cover. There is a new Magic Kingdom fireworks show. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, it's called Enchantment or Enchanted.
Yep.
Yeah. Enchantment. That's what I thought. It's fine. I want to see it in person.
Yes, same.
I thought, because they did that live broadcast. I didn't watch it when it was live. I watched it afterwards. And my problem when they do broadcasts like that, I don't get the whole picture.
Because it's like shot for shot. They want to make sure you're getting all of the little tailored highlights that they've decided. Yeah.
Correct.
For sure.
And the thing that I love about the Disney fireworks is the total picture, right? It's the big picture. It's the castle and the fireworks behind it.
Right.
Now, once again, they have timed those fireworks so magnificently. I mean, it's just stunning.
Yes.
I just, it's amazing.
It's gorgeous. And the projections, the projections were so crisp and clean and
they were amazing.
Defined. It was incredible. Like I could not get over how beautiful those projections
when they lit up just the wrapping around the turrets and stuff.
Oh my God. My jaw hit the floor.
I know. It is incredible.
So beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They did that one right. They totally got that one right. The music is great as always. They never have bad music really. And even if it's a bad show, it's not bad music. And I can hardly wait to see it in person. I'm just like, I have got to see this in person. I'm sure that I will see it like multiple times.
And it's really funny how divided people are on it too, because it's like my brother texted me after he watched it.
Yeah.
And just hated it. Hated it.
Really?
Absolutely hated it. Was it's not my thing. Like, I'm sorry. Because he's projected happily ever after on TikTok every single night for like the past 2 years.
Right.
So he's like, it just doesn't, because he wanted something new and like exciting to do and to show and like to experiment with. And like, but he's like, it's literally just, it's stagnant. It's not a step forward at all. It's the same thing that they've already done with Happily Ever After. They didn't do anything different. Yeah. I would agree with that too.
Yeah, I would agree with that. But that doesn't take away from the craftsmanship of what they did. And I understand from his standpoint where he's coming from, because he looks at it differently than us, right? His view of what's going on is a much more technical, much more, whereas we're
he loved Harmonious, loved it, thought it was spectacular.
We're going to talk about Harmonious.
Oh, we will.
We're going to talk about Harmonious. So I thought it was beautiful. And I thought, so when they switched from Wishes, do you remember the uproar from switching to Wishes? It was like,
I remember because I was part of it. I was like, I was young. I was like, like a baby.
When I saw the new fireworks show, Happily Ever After, I was like, you all are wrong. This is so much better than Wishes. It is magnificent.
Are you kidding me?
It was like a huge step forward.
Yes,
huge step forward.
It was like night and day. I mean, it was a totally different. It was a totally different show.
Oh, it was so good.
And I think that's why people are so like hesitant with this new one, because it's more of the same. It's a different song. It's different arrangements. It's different projections, and they've included some more characters. But I mean, as far as like technology goes, the projections are better. They are better quality. The fireworks are better. Like they're bigger. They're more, diverse. They're more like interesting. But as far as like conceptually, it's basically the same kind of idea.
It's a lot the same. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what they would add to a fireworks show at the Magic Kingdom, honestly. I mean,
what more can you do?
Yeah,
what more can you do? Are you going to make the castle move? Like, are you literally going to like make the castle into a living, breathing creature? Because if you're not going to do that, there's something.
Now, I believe that with this Enchantment, I mean, they're doing projections along Main Street too, right?
Yes.
I mean, yeah. And so that's new, but it's still projection technology that they've been using for a long time, which is fine. I don't have a problem with that because I think it's cool.
Same.
I think it's really cool. So it is what it is. And, I think they have done a stunning job with matching the fireworks to the music. The fact that they could make fireworks go off in syncopation always stuns me.
I thought the same thing.
The first time they did it, I know they do it in the rhythm. It's magnificent, and you have to block out the sound, right? You can't pay attention to the boom. You if you just watch the explosion, it's stunning. So cool. It's like when they did Illuminations, and they had towards the end, they had those ones in the sky that were going off in syncopation, and that was the first time they ever did it. I literally. I think I pooped my pants. I think I was like, oh my God. Right. And everybody around me was like, what's going on? What's so
It's just fireworks. Like, no, you don't get
fireworks.
it.
And I was like, no, you don't get it. You don't get it. So and that's what they did with Forever After. They used that technology. And it's a technology where they have a little chip inside each fireworks, a small chip, and they send a radio signal to fire it. So, and it's great. It's great. I love it. Don't ever change that, Disney. It's magnificent.
No,
it doesn't have, you don't have to do anything different. It's so good. So anyway, I know that there are people that didn't like it. But I thought it was fine. I thought it was beautiful. I do think that it's better than the last one, only in the sense that as we talked about, the projections are crisper. I think the storytelling is better. I think that they're just refining right now.
That's
I think
exactly what it is.
They're, so Alex, get over it. Sorry, Alex.
I heard it here, folks.
Still want you on the podcast, Alex. Sorry. So, all right. So let's move on. And I, like I said, I don't want this podcast to go on for hours because it could. Let's talk about Harmonious.
Let's do it.
Okay, so for months, over a year, we've been looking at these big barges in the lagoon, right? In that water, and first thing I'm going to say. Well, the first thing I'm going to say is that the fountains that were made to cover those and to hide those don't look like the images.
What did you do? What'd you do, Disney?
I was like, they look like sprinklers. They look like sprinklers.
Like, look. They have a guy with a Nerf gun, like a Nerf water gun, or like a super soaker, like inside. just
yeah. I was like, what? I was like, that's it. And when I went to my friend Heather's wedding, I saw them working on it. I saw them practicing it, and I literally was like, I hope that's not it. I hope that's not
surprise. That was it.
It was. So now what you have is these big black things in the middle of all of that, and little squirts of water going up that don't even come close.
No, it's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, it is.
It's absolutely insane. And and here's my thought, like, the technology exists in this structure to cover it, right?
Totally.
Is it like, you've seen it in the show, you can see it covered by water. So my question is it just like a waste thing? Like, they don't want to use that much water all day, every day?
They're using the water.
It's going straight back to
where it came from.
That's my thought. Like, what reasoning could they have to not?
I do have a thought about this. I think the thought is, if they turn those up any higher and there's any wind at all, then people are going to get wet,
get soaked.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
because there are areas while Harmonious is going on that, well, that's fine. And we would say, so you just move past all of that, right? You move through it and it's what it is. But can you imagine the amount of complaints that they would get about that? And it's also a safety thing, because that makes the pavement wet, which makes more prone to slippage. You know, and I just don't think they thought about that when they designed it.
And they probably were like, this will work, and then tested it and was like, oh, this won't work.
This won't work. Yeah, that's what I think happened. That's what I think happened. Okay, so that's the first thing. I don't even know how to approach. I don't even know. We could like do a whole 5 hours on this stupid show. Okay, I'm going to say there are moments in this show in Harmonious that are gorgeous. Yes. I think the beginning is stunning. It is, with the water, the way that they've attached the water to the images, and the way they're using it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Yes. After the first 5 minutes, you've seen it. Yeah. I mean, really.
I mean, and it's hard because I think I liked it more than you did, for sure.
I know you did. Yes, I know you did.
I definitely liked it more than you did. I do think that, like kind of what you said, it's sort of like a one-trick pony situation, where it's like you see the big octopus arms, right?
Yep.
They move.
Yep.
And then that's what they do.
And you see the water do their little
wavy
stuff. Like, yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's right. And that's cool. That's really cool. And the lighting on them is spectacular.
Yes.
Nothing against the technology of what they've done. They've really done a beautiful job technology-wise with this production. Even the water screen that they use in the big loop is so much better than any other water screen they've ever done. I mean, there's no comparison at all.
Right. So cool.
And I have heard now, because you can't really see it in the online stuff, I've heard that the fireworks portion is really spectacular, that they've really done a great job with the fireworks. So
it's really cool. You should watch the Diz version of it, the one that Craig Williams did, because he got the whole scope of it, and it's much better than the Disney one.
That's good to know. I will do that. Yeah, the Disney one, again, they do, what do we want to show? What do we want to see? And also, I am going to hold my final thought of whether I like it or not to when I can see it live, because there's nothing like being there live.
Totally different experience.
It's a completely different experience. I know that I've read people that were there that absolutely loved it, thought it was magnificent. People that I trust. I've also heard people that I trust that are like, meh.
It was fine.
It was fine. Yeah. It's fine. So here's my two things. So I think we've covered it. I mean, and the screens are gorgeous. When they're using the screens, they're wonderful. They are.
Yeah. Oh, they're super cool.
Yeah, they're super cool. I agree. They're super cool.
Yeah. I also think it's like, and this is just me, I mean, still from like Illuminations, I like miss the original music. I wish that there was something. I just miss an original score.
I do too.
Written for a show, and it really is becoming Epcot. It's IPCot.
Yeah, it is.
And it's like, as cool as it is to hear those songs in different languages, it would have been even cooler to hear something original and new.
That's right. And throw some stuff in, right? And throw the themes.
Mix it in.
Yeah, mix it in.
Oh my God.
I agree. I agree.
I like, personally, the song Someday is like one of my favorite songs that Disney
Absolutely.
has ever produced, like ever. And it's very underused. So when they used Someday at the end of it, I mean, I was like in tears, but I was watching it with my friend Zach, and Zach was just kind of like, oh, do you know this song? And I was like, it's Someday from Hunchback. And he loves Disney. He's a Disney fan, like big Disney fan. So for him to be like, oh, wait, oh yeah, I remember that song. Like people that are even less of Disney fans than that would just go like the emotional like impact that song has. It's going to hit people like, like me and you who are like, this is such a good song. And everybody else is just going to be like, oh, that's nice. So,
that was cute. Yeah, I agree. So now the only other thing I want to talk about this, and we got to make this quick, because like I said, I'm on a time schedule.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I would talk about this with you, Mandy, forever. we could just dish forever about this.
Oh yeah.
So the other thing is I do not understand, now that I've seen it, I do not understand why they could not bring those barges in and out. Because they did that for Illuminations.
Yes.
So why did they have to leave? Are they so technically complicated? And I don't know. I mean,
I think it's the infrastructure of the barges. I think they go into the ground. Like, I think they are.
Right. But here's my thing. Couldn't they have built that infrastructure up so that the barge comes over and connects to it, and then they connect? You would think they could do that. There's got to be a reason that they didn't. Yeah, I'm not either. Yeah. And I'm sure, that they, looked at all of that possibility, because nobody wanted those things to be in that water.
No.
There's not a single person that thought leaving those out there was a good idea, but it may have been the only choice they had.
Right.
Now that I've seen it. Yeah. Now that I've seen it. But, and my other thought is, if you've got those out there, play music around the World Showcase and have images displayed on those
going
that match the music, that go with the music. And they don't have to be character driven. It can be abstract. It can be anything.
It's literally it's like an art palette. Like, you can do so much with that. Like, you can make it, if the fountains don't cover it, which clearly they don't.
They don't.
The fountains don't cover it. Use the projection. I mean, they have the 50th anniversary logo being projected on the screens right now, all day, and I'm guessing that water screen is just too expensive to operate round the clock.
Can you imagine the energy that takes?
Yeah. And that would be my guess. But you can animate those projections instead of just having the 50th anniversary logo on there.
Totally.
Do something with them. And maybe
I think they have, and I was about to say, I think that they will. I think this show is so technical that they had a hard time even getting it ready to go in time. Honestly.
I can't even imagine what the rehearsals for that would have been.
Yeah, because I get the feeling that they were doing fireworks. I thought that they were doing fireworks testing way too late.
Oh my God.
The opening of that show. It was weeks before.
It was down to the wire.
Right. And so I think it was much more technical than they ever thought it was going to be. And so it was much harder than they thought. We'll see how they enhance it and what they do with it, because nobody is walking into that World Showcase looking at that, and thinking, oh, that's beautiful. No, they're big, black, ugly things.
It's a big, giant metal octopus.
It is a big, giant metal octopus. It's true.
It's true.
It is the Kraken. It's the Kraken. You're right, because it's got the head and then the tentacles coming out.
Yes,
I hadn't thought about it that way. That's totally what it is. Oh, I have a friend that's going to love that I said that. Because he loves the Kraken. So, like I said, I will leave my final judgment for when I see it live, which hopefully will be sometime in the near future. I don't know.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
I want to go again.
I do too. I want to go again too.
I literally just went. I'm like,
I know we need to go back. Now let's talk about what I thought they did right in Epcot.
Yes.
Spaceship Earth is
gorgeous.
It is glorious. It may be the best thing they've ever done.
That transformation at the end of her, I audibly gasped. Like I was like, it was
Spaceship Earth, and it has its own show now. It has its own show. I am telling you, that is gorgeous. It is
absolutely
gorgeous. And when they started doing it, we laughed about them being, the tap lights that you turn on in your closet and stuff.
I mean, but
you can't even tell they're on there.
No.
Unless you're up close. And then when they light them up, oh my God. And the things they're doing with it, the colors and the swirls and it's so magnificent. Cool. It is so cool. Great. And even when it's just the white, it is so cool.
Oh, it's gorgeous. It's just gorgeous. Because I wish I had seen it in person. I wish I knew that the lights were on there, and I was like, maybe they'll turn them on while I'm here. But
And the cool thing is, so you know how that you can make a camera picture where the lights look like they are like sunburst out. You can make it look like that. These actually look like that in person. Like you don't need a camera trick to make that happen. So cool. They are just absolutely glorious. Go out on if you haven't seen them, go out on YouTube and look it up. They are really, really beautiful. Really beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on. I have not seen this because I refuse to watch it. Just like I refused to watch the show that was at Animal Kingdom before this.
Rivers of Light was not bad in comparison to this.
It was not bad. Yeah, so let's talk about Kite Tails. Now,
Kite Tails.
For those of you that don't know, Animal Kingdom has made a new show to go in that water theater, that big amphitheater that they spent a fortune making. And it's called Kite Tails, and it's a show with kites. Character kites. Now, the images that we saw were really cool. I know. Were really cool. Like, the kites were really cool. And we were all like, this could be cool.
Conceptually,
yeah, this could be really cool. It looks like my 15-year-old made the kites.
No joke.
No joke.
It is so horribly embarrassing, Jim. Like, we watched it as soon as we literally watched like Harmonious.
Yeah.
And then we like turned over, and I was like, oh, Kite Tails, we should watch it. When I tell you that we were laughing so hard because it was so bad.
That's just tragic.
Okay, so let me just describe. They're in this big pool of water, which is too small. And then they have one at a time, a jet ski, a single jet ski with they have a single jet ski with like the kite attached to it, and it just drives around in circles. And then it stops. And then they just let the corpse of this kite just fall onto the ground at the opposite end of the little lagoon. It's just laying there for the rest of the show, completely visible to the audience. And then the cast members come out with these puppets, and they dance around those poor college program BFA actors doing the most,
getting their equity card,
getting their equity card. And they're like baggy clothes, and then they walk off, and then the next kite comes out and does a couple circles, and then they drop it. The like half the time the kites don't even like work the way they're supposed to.
Yeah.
So they just crash into the trees
or the stands. Well, I believe that they have paused it. I believe it's not running.
They have.
Now. Yeah.
Because it's a waking nightmare.
It got such terrible reviews. I thought Rivers of Light got bad reviews. But Rivers of Light, they were like, it's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
It's just boring.
Right. But in comparison to no. The comparison of Rivers of Light to Kite Tails is like, you can't compare, like, no. Like, it's like, it was so very Six Flags of them. Like, oh no, Jim, I'm not kidding. Like, it was like a bad Six Flags show.
I was about to say, it doesn't even sound like a good Six Flags show.
No, it was a bad Six Flags show. Like, it was horrendous.
Oh,
And I mean,
that's
half the kites were just a long stick of kites stacked onto each other.
Yeah.
And they just flew them around in a circle. I mean, and the music, it was just bad. The music was bad.
That's too bad.
It was just,
it's like they spent all the money on Harmonious and Enchantment and then realized that they had to do something for Animal Kingdom and said, well, we have a little bit left.
Oh, wait, we gotta kites.
We need kites.
I can't wait to see the Defunct Land episode about
oh my god
about Kite Tails in like 3 weeks.
Yeah. So here's the thing. I know they want to do something at Animal Kingdom, and I get it. They need to do something at Animal Kingdom, right? And they want to do, and they can't do fireworks, right?
Right.
And they can't play really loud music. They can't because of the animals, and I get that. So why don't they do what they did at Disney California Adventure and put a great water show in there? Great, show with fountains and stuff in there, because people will sit and enjoy that.
Their fountain money on Harmonious.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's the truth.
They spent all their fountain money.
Yeah, unfortunately, Animal Kingdom is again the ugly stepchild and doesn't get the cool stuff. And so it's really sad, and I'm just really sad. It makes me sad. I don't want this show to be we're going to bash Disney. Unfortunately, it's going to kind of be we're going to bash Disney, but that's not my usual go-to. But I've also said
you better Disney.
Yeah, we've also said that we were going to be honest.
Saying.
Yeah, we said we were going to be honest about Disney, and there are things that they're just not cutting it. It's just not cutting it right now.
For the 50th anniversary?
Yeah. It's just not, not good. Not good.
Yeah.
Okay. So Kite Tails, we could go on about that too. You notice I have not brought up any images about any of these. I was like, I'm not bringing anything up. So let's talk about the 50th. Yeah. So let's talk about the 50th anniversary, October 1st. And let's talk about the crowd. It was packed. Yes. They packed the place, overpacked the place. But if you were following along during the day,
I watched the whole live stream pretty much.
Yeah. Every ride was a walk-on. Yeah.
The wait times were like nothing.
Nothing.
Crazy. Price the resistance was like 30 minutes.
Yeah. Every ride. Yeah. People were literally walking around and getting on almost immediately. The only time they had was the time that it took to get through the queue to get back to it. Right. Well, and you did that too. Like you rode Rise of the Resistance multiple times that day that you were there, but there was nobody at the park. Right. It was just
empty.
Park. Yeah. It was just empty.
And we knew someone.
Yeah, exactly.
So we were lucky.
You were taken care of. Exactly. So that means that every single person that was there was just buying merchandise.
Yes. Did you see the videos of the Emporium?
It was insane. And fortunately they had done, and fortunately they did they now have, the checkout that you can do on your phone. You don't have to go to the cash register there now because they did that at Epcot, which is great. It is so great.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, it was insane. And I just want to say, like, I know that there was specific merchandise for October 1st. I know that because they always do for anything special like that. They always do specific merchandise for the day. But the rest of that merchandise is going to be around for 18 months. It's not going anywhere. And it's going to be online for the most part. Yeah, it's going to be around. A lot of it. So, and I know that some people are like, I got it. If that's your thing, that's your thing. But my comment is not about that. I don't judge people on that because everybody's there for different reasons. They love different things. Yeah. Right. My thing is that everybody was shopping. How much money did Disney make that day? To say that Seven Dwarfs Mine Ride was a walk-on. That's insane. Splash Mountain was a walk-on. No. It's like crazy. I've walked on Pirates before. I've walked on other things before, but not those. I've walked on Space Mountain. I have walked on that. But those two are never a walk-on. No. I've never. Now you might only wait 20 minutes, but it's never been I'm just going to walk on. Peter Pan was a walk-on. That's insane.
It just shows you like who was there, right? The people
That's
that were
right.
there were people that are diehard Disney, like people that likely live in the area. They go on those rides all the time,
That's
and
right.
their goal was not I'm gonna go ride rides. Their
That's
goal
right.
was I want this merch,
That's
and
right.
that's fine if that's what
Yes.
you want to do. But
Yeah.
seeing videos of the poor cast members having
I
to
felt so
wait.
bad for them.
Did you see the video of the tumblers getting restocked at the Emporium?
Yes. They couldn't.
Oh my God.
They couldn't restock them.
And they were like crowded around and they had to like hold them up. Oh, it was
I
just
cannot
attacked
imagine.
like
And
animals.
so I do not deal well with crowds like that at all.
I would have had an anxiety attack.
I would have too. I would have had to have left. I would not have been able to
100%.
stand there. I would have walked out with nothing because I would not have been able to stand there.
I could barely go into World of Disney when I was there in downtown Disney because it was a Saturday night in downtown Disney or in Disney Springs.
So it was crowded. Yeah. So no, it was insane. And I mean, good for Disney. You know, because we've always said it. Disney's a business. Their idea is to make money. And you know, honestly, they didn't do much else for the 50th. I mean, they did a presentation at the beginning, but
where Bob Chapek got booed.
Yeah, as he should have. As he should have. Yeah, sorry, Bob. I can't feel sorry for you.
Nope, not at all.
Nope.
Do better.
Do better. Do better. That's right. That's all we want. Do better.
Yep.
Do better. You are alienating so much of your population.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, you're not going to alienate the diehards. The diehards are always going to go. But for the family that can only go once and now may not be able to afford to go at all,
they're going to go to Universal instead.
They're going to go to Universal instead. And Universal is killing it right now.
Killing it.
They are killing it.
Yes.
So, Bob, do better.
Mm-hmm.
Do better. I was part of the rise to get Eisner out because he was done. He was tired. I may be part of the rise to get Chapek out too if things don't change.
Oh God. I mean, me too.
And I know Bob Iger doesn't care because he's like, I don't have to do it anymore.
He's like,
thank you. Yeah. He's like, whoa, I'm done. Yeah. So it's too bad. But the 50th anniversary was crazy in the stores. I feel so sorry. Thank you, cast members that survived that. Thank you so much. And thank you for not quitting on the spot.
Honestly,
I don't know how you did it all day. It wasn't like it was like first thing in the morning and then at the end. It was all day like that. So thank you so much. You are underappreciated and underpaid for what you do.
Absolutely.
Really. Okay. So the last thing I want to talk about is I want to talk about Lightning Lane because we have more. This is news. The rest of it wasn't really news, I guess, but this is news. So we have what the Lightning Lane, the individual Lightning Lane is now. We know for each park what they're going to be. Now, what I mean by individual Lightning Lane, I mean the Lightning Lane that you're going to have to pay for to get on. So let me read this list to you. And there's a couple in each park. So at the Magic Kingdom, as you would guess, these are what you would guess they would be. Magic Kingdom, it's Seven Dwarfs Mine Ride in Space Mountain. At Epcot, it's Frozen Ever After and Remy's Ratatouille Adventure. At Hollywood Studios, it's Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway and Rise of the Resistance. And at Disney's Animal Kingdom, it's Avatar and Flight of Passage. So, and those prices are going to be, they're going to vary between $7 and $15 per guest per ride to use Lightning Lane. And that program begins on October 19th. So if you are wanting to do that, just know that's what the rides are. There's 2 in each park. Right now, they may increase that because I'm guessing Splash Mountain is going to be added to that. I'm guessing that, Mine Train is going to be added to that. There are things that are going to be added to it, I'm sure. I think this is going to be see how people deal with it. But here's the good news. Because people are going to have to pay for it, the standby lines aren't going to be as long.
Right.
Because I think there are going to be a lot of people that are like, I can't afford to pay $15 for my family of 4 to do that, right? I mean, that's $60 for one ride. That's a big ask.
That's crazy.
That's a big ask. And that also shows to what their clientele they're going for. They're going for the 1%ers. They're not going for the rest of us 99%ers. So that's that. And so on Genie Plus, the Lightning Lane Genie Plus, and these are Lightning Lanes that you can get for free, right? This is ones that you don't have to pay for. You just pay $15 per day, per guest per day. And then you'll get access to it. You have to sign up like you did for Fast Pass, but you have access to these. Basically, it's everything else. I'm not going to read through the whole thing. I mean, even Mickey's PhilharMagic is on there, which you never have to have for that. You don't. I mean, I've never had to wait longer than the show before to get in Mickey's PhilharMagic. Even when it first opened, you didn't have to do that. So like Barnstormer, Carpets of Aladdin, I mean, so they just included everything else in it. Yeah. Right. Same at Epcot. The Pixar Short Film Festival. I've never even seen it.
Never seen it
because I can watch it on TV. So Journey into Imagination with Figment. I've never had to get a pass for that. Mission Space. I've never had to get a pass for that. Yeah. Soarin'. Now I'm a little surprised that Soarin' is not part of the individual.
Same.
Spaceship Earth.
Although when I went, everything was a walk on when I went. I walked on it.
Yeah, but Test Track also is not on there. So I think we're going to see those two things added to it, honestly, because there's usually on a normal day, there is a hefty wait for those.
Right.
Of course, I don't like Soarin' now. So, so at Hollywood Studios, it's what you would expect. It's Alien Swirling Saucers, Beauty and the Beast sing-along, the Disney Junior Dance Party, really? The Frozen sing-along celebration, Indiana Jones, which is coming back. It's returning December 19th. So excited. I love that show, and it's supposed to be improved. They're supposed to be kind of zhuzhing it up. So,
so it needs She needs a facelift.
It does need a facelift. Smuggler's Run, Muppet Vision, Rock and Roller Coaster, Slinky Dog, Star Tours, Twilight Zone, Tower of Terror, and Toy Story Mania. I guess I am reading everything. I didn't think I was going to, but I guess I am. Now, I think they will add Slinky Dog Dash to the paid because that always has a huge line. And I'm not sure that they'll add Rock and Roller Coaster because that line is not as long as it used to be. So, and then at Animal Kingdom, it's exactly what you would expect at the Animal Kingdom. It's everything except for the two that we said, including Navi River Journey, which I understand because that surprisingly always has a long wait.
That was like our longest line at Animal Kingdom.
And I like Navi River Journey. I personally like it. I think it's beautiful. I wish it was longer. Nice. I think it's gorgeous.
Peaceful.
Yeah, it is. It's beautiful. There's great there's great effects in there. It's really nice to be in there. And then to see that animatronic at the end is worth all of it. Yeah. Really spectacular. I just wish it was longer. That's all. Yeah. If it had been longer, it would have even been better. So I know there are people that hate it, but I'm not one of them. Now I will say if it's a really long wait, I won't get on it because I've seen it several times
because it's not worth it after you've seen it. Yeah.
Right. I will do it again, but I will not wait 2 hours to do it again.
Oh no.
I'll wait
30 minutes. Yeah. 30
That's usually my max. Yeah. 30-minute max, except for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which I will wait an hour for. It's the only one. It's the only ride in all of the parks I will wait an hour for.
I'd wait an hour for Rise of the Resistance.
I might do that too. Yeah, I agree. That's very true. I might wait for that too. So there you go. That's what's happening with Lightning Lanes. The Lightning Lane signs are all up. That was a big news piece. I was like, really? They're changing signs. But everybody was all about it. So that is the other big news that is happening. And really, that's really it. Right? I mean, the 50th anniversary happened. There was a huge crowd. We've got the Enchantment, Harmonious. We used to have Kite Tails for a very brief time. And Lightning Lane. That's really the big news right now. I mean, other little things have happened, but nothing that I thought, a lot of they have a new treat or they have a new shirt. Or they have, it's a lot of that kind of stuff.
Merchandise and snacks for another week's worth of
God,
podcast.
I know, exactly. And everybody knows that when I go to Disney, I do a cupcake tour. So it's, those are important. I didn't get this body by not having cupcakes. So yeah. So you know, do you have anything else that you want to add to all of this that we've talked about?
No, we pretty much covered it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. I am. I don't want anybody to think that we're completely down on Disney. We're not. We still love Disney. I still love Disney. I will still go. You know, we already talked about what they did with the annual pass, which makes me upset. But I will still probably, when I can start going on a regular basis again, get another annual pass now that park hopping is back.
Yes.
You know, so and I think this is the first time I haven't been to Food and Wine Festival in years.
Oh
It's
my
been
gosh.
years.
Which is impressive because it lasted 275,000 years.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's still going on.
It's
So
still going on
still
as
going
we
on
speak.
as we speak. Yes, it started
has
back in
never
July.
ended.
Yeah, and it was actually even before July because they were doing the taste of. So it's been going on for a long time.
It's the never-ending festival.
It is, and I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with that. I enjoyed it very much.
Yeah,
when I went.
I'm all right with that. It's good food. It's fun. I love the different wines. I love the different foods to try. It's good.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's really much else. I mean, do you have anything to add?
No, I'm good.
No, good. Except that Alex is upset about the new fireworks show, and who knows what his TikTok channel is going to become.
Right. But he did 3D print Spaceship Earth. I don't know if you saw it on TikTok.
Oh no, I didn't.
He 3D printed Spaceship Earth, and he's projecting the lights, the show. You should look it up.
Disney. I'll have to look it up.
Disney commented on it, like Disney
Oh,
parks.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Well,
like
he does amazing work. Your brother does amazing stuff. The amount of time and energy that he's put into this is spectacular.
And you know what? It's like he found his thing that he's like, this is what I want to do, and he does it very well.
Yeah, he does. He does. He does it amazingly well. And so, if you're not following him, please go out and follow him. Because he is it's so great. All right. So if you have any comments, if you want to talk about Harmonious or Kite Tails or you know, Enchantment or anything that we've talked about, please feel free to leave a comment. You know, you can leave a comment on YouTube, you can leave a comment on Facebook, you can leave a comment wherever you get your podcast. Please, we would love to hear what you have to say. I will read those comments and we'll talk about them on the air. Good or bad. You know, please be nice. You don't have to be mean. So please feel free to let us know what you think about all this new stuff that we've talked about, and even the Lightning Lane, what you think about what's going on with Lightning Lane. We'd love to hear your opinion. You can also email me, jim@thegoofyguy.com. You can go to thegoofyguy.com, sign up for the newsletter, which I promise for all of you that are signed up, it will start coming back out this week. As I get my life kind of back in order. So, you know, sign up for the newsletter so you stay up to date with everything that's going on. Go out, like the video on YouTube, like the video on Facebook, leave a comment. You can find me on Facebook. It's The Goofy Guy. On Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest, it's The Goofy Guy Blog. The Goofy Guy Blog. You have to add blog to the end of it. Or if you really just Google The Goofy Guy and everything comes up. So feel free to leave a comment, a message, whatever you'd like. I'd love to hear from you and hear what you have to say about all this. So Mandy, if they want to ask you questions, especially since you were just there not too long ago, where can they reach you?
You could just go and DM me on Instagram, Mandeye, MANDEYE 17.
Yeah, nice. And she does respond. At least she does to me. She does respond. That's about the only place I can get her. I can get her on Snapchat occasionally.
Snapchat, we text all the time.
I know we do. I'm joking. I know we do. We text all the time. So thanks so much for joining us. This was a lot longer than I intended it to be, but that's okay. We had a lot to talk about.
We did.
Yeah, you know, when we start talking about these things, it's hard to stop. Exactly. It's hard to stop.
Oh, lots of big things too.
Lots of big things happening. So, and lots of opinions that needed to be shared. I mean, come on. Our opinions are important to us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially on Disney.
especially on Disney. So thanks so much for listening. Hey, wear your mask, wear your mask, wear your mask. The Delta variation of COVID is still going down, even though you hear numbers going down. Still, please wear your mask to protect others. Remember, I wear my mask for you, not for me. Also, get vaccinated, get vaccinated, get vaccinated. If you're not, please, 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 please. That is about caring for your friends and loved ones also. That is, I mean, I know it's a personal choice. I get that. But if you really care about them, then you'll want to keep them safe. So think about that. And you got vaccinated for other things when you were younger. Come on.
For sure.
And don't harass me about that. You don't have to agree with me. It's okay. Just keep that to yourself. Put your thumbs away. Put your thumbs away. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else. Do you have anything else? No, I think that's everything. Checked on your friends, your loved ones, your neighbors, even if you don't like your neighbors. Make sure everybody's doing okay. I hope you're doing well. Keep yourself safe. And we will talk to you later. Say goodbye, Mandy.
Goodbye, Mandy.